On July 7th, 2021, Chandler Halderson told police that his parents, Bart and Krista, had gone missing. According to him, they had left for a weekend at the family cabin and never came back. Immediately, police were on trying to look for them because a lot of things weren't adding up. I have a lot written down for it, but some things I remember is that, just think about this. If you were gone somewhere, anywhere, on a vacation, you would either bring food with you or you wouldn't leave the fridge stocked because things would go off, things would go bad, milk, it would spoil. They left everything. The fridge was completely stocked as if they had just gone shopping. Stocked it all up for the month, and then they left. Chandler had been telling his family that he enrolled in college, had a job, and was preparing for a high-tech career. None of that was true. When his father tried to confirm a college meeting Chandler claimed he had, the situation took a very weird turn. The investigators followed Chandler's recent activity and visited a property he had been near. That's when they discovered evidence that raised serious concerns. A torso. They found a torso. And when the DNA came back, it was his father, Bart's, body, but limbless and headless. He had no head or limbs. I don't think that usually happens when you go for a vacation. I don't know though. Haven't been on many. I lied, I have. And that, basically started a trail. It started a kind of like a treasure hunt. This is what police do. They find one thing, it leads them to another thing. Because if a torso is going to be somewhere, there's going to be proof that someone left it there. Whether it's car or maybe something they left behind. And sometimes it's none of that. Sometimes there is very little things that lead them to somewhere else, but they have people who are able to connect the dots that way. Even just if you went to some place, well, then you'd probably go to a different place. If you went to a restaurant, you'd probably, late at night, you'd probably go home afterwards, or you'd go to someone's home afterwards. And like that, they follow steps. Well, if you went to someone's home, then where would you go after that? You sleep there tonight, then you'd wake up and you might go back to your house, or you'd go somewhere else. And then they just follow around and they go to loads of different places until it links together and makes sense. Investigators searched the Halderson's home, which is obviously Chandler Halder and his parents' house. They found physical and digital evidence that told a very different story than the one that Chandler had shared. Even cameras, surveillance footage, purchase records, and mobile data all helped this. The parents' phones were completely turned off when the police first started their search. Not in a normal way, because if you went on vacation, you would not, take your phone apart so that no one could track you. I don't do that when I go on vacation. In January 2022, Chandler stood trial. The evidence against him was a lot, ranging from location tracking, physical clues, witness testimony. There were witnesses who knew that his behavior was a bit strange. The jury found him guilty of multiple charges, including 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide, which is murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. I don't think he should have gotten that, but hey, I'm not the judicial system. This case drew national attention because parenticide, not very typical or normal. Not that any murder is normal, but as well as the fact that he just lied about everything. Someone asked a detective that interviewed Chandler after the fact, and they asked, what do you think led Chandler down this path? Was it fear, pressure, or something more complex? And the investigator basically said he was a psychopath. There was no reason for it. There didn't seem to be. He was a liar, a psychopath. he just wasn't a good person, but not in the sense that he was like mentally ill or anything. He just genuinely was not a good person. He was just evil, like Satan. Yeah.